Alrighty guys, welcome back to another one. This video is going to be a bit of a different one. We are doing a product demo on Professor Pugh CLP. About a month ago, Professor Pugh sent us an email asking if we would like to do a product demo on his CLP. And, of course, sure, why not? Just being up front here, we were not paid to do this. We are just doing it out of our own free will. So that means we can say whatever we want to about it and give you our completely honest, unbiased opinion. This is what it looks like. Professor Pugh, CLP, cool little cartoon character there. Protects against rust and corrosion, removes plastic, wad, lead, and powder fouling. Safe to use on all factory finishes. Professor Pugh CLP is a high-quality, one-step cleaner, lubricant, and rust preventative agent for all aspects of your firearms. It is effective in removing oils, dirts, copper, lead, and other contaminants. It provides a thin, non-greasy coating that prevents rust and lubricates all moving parts of firearms. It is not recommended for painted surfaces. So today is August 21st, and we have been using this stuff for about a month now. Not just on guns. We have obviously been using it on our guns. All of our pumps, semi-autos, and even the single shots have gotten a treatment of this stuff. And honestly, guys, it works a lot better than the Remington oil we have been using. Remington oil, it works, but it's kind of thick, and it doesn't last all that long, 2, 3, maybe 4 days, and you have to reapply it if you're just trying to lube your firearms. This stuff right here is almost water thin. It gets in all the nooks and crannies of the guns, and it lasts quite a bit longer. My Browning BPS, the first day I got this stuff, the 10 gauge BPS, and I applied this to it, and it's still in there. It hasn't gone nowhere. Josh sprayed some in the 835, and that action is smooth as butter now. Jaron put some in his Maverick 88, and that gun, it has a really stiff action, and this stuff really helped it too. Then Jaron broke it a couple days ago. Well, you guys will see that in an upcoming video. On my partner pump, well, this gun has a buttery smooth action anyway, but check this out. I mean, it almost wants to fall down by itself. That stuff really slicks up the action of guns. But like I said, we haven't been just using it on our guns. We've also been using it on our guitars. This is one of my Explorers, and we have been lubing the fretboard with it. I wouldn't say lubing, but conditioning the fretboard with it. See how shiny that is? That is real ebony. Ebony is a species of wood, and it is naturally black. The first part of that was the channel intro that I wrote, I don't know, 2-3 years ago now. The reason the guitar was making that weird buzzing noise was because it needs a little bit of a setup, but I'll get around to that eventually. Anyway guys, in this video we're going to be cleaning one of Josh's single shots. It was horribly rusted inside from a Roman candle back on the 4th of July. And we are going to be cleaning my AK-12 because it has been running a little bit sluggish lately. You guys will see that in a moment. But yeah, the AK-12 runs fine now. Professor Pugh CLP fixed it. So, let's roll on with it. Alright, so first test with this stuff is going to be with Josh's Riverside. When I open this up, you guys will be horrified by what you see. There is so much rust in this thing. Do not put Roman candles in your shotgun. Terrible idea. So here's the breech face, if it'll focus on it. There we go. Yeah, that's just downright horrible. The copper tape is just so we have a little bit better, you know, the gun is off face a little bit. That's just for a better walk-up. But this is like one of the worst things I've ever seen these single shots do. And looking down the barrel and the extractor is no better. You guys can't really see just how bad this is, but the whole barrel looks like this on the inside. It looks a lot worse in person than it does on camera. But yeah, it's horrible and needs to be cleaned up bad. That's a raptor egg, just ignore that. But I'm gonna see just how good this stuff is at cleaning. I'm gonna spray quite a bit of it into the barrel. When I see it running out on the paper towel down there, then I'll know the whole bore is coated good.
You're good.
Okay. Alright guys, I've let it sit for about 20 minutes, and now I'm going to scrub the bore out. You can see, hopefully, the plume of rust dust coming out right now. God, it feels gritty. Look at that down there. Let's get some more. Just keep it down there. Yep. Bad.
That's gross.
Might need some steel wool on this brush too. Seems to be working though. This is disgusting. Guys, it's definitely working. Look at the rod, how nasty that is. It's definitely getting that rust off the inside of it.
Ew.
You ever shoot black powder and leave it sit for a few days? Well, this is like 20 times worse.
And this has been sitting since like, what, 2 days before the 4th?
Yep. Alright guys, I'm going to wash this barrel out here with some hot water. Probably going to look disgusting. Yep. Hold on, I'll show you. Well guys, for this job, I'd say the Professor Pugh CLP actually works really well. You see me rinse it out in the bathtub, and after that, I took a drill, my hand drill, and chucked up a cleaning rod in it with some steel wool and the CLP and honed the chamber. And look at that, all that rust is gone. And again, with the flashlight on my phone, looking great in there. So now it's time to do the receiver, or at least the breech face. I'm just going to use this steel wool. This is 0-aught steel wool, so it's actually pretty rough stuff. But let's see if that can get the rust off the breech face. Yep, it's coming along good. I can see the metal again at least. Normally we use Remington oil, and that stuff, it works, but it doesn't last all that long, 2 or 3 days, and you got to reapply the oil. And honestly, that stuff's really thick. This stuff is a lot more thin, and it seems like it's doing a better job of getting everything, like all the cracks, and not cracks, but running down to where it needs to be. Yeah, crevices of the guns. I like how it's a little bit thinner than rim oil. Just my honest opinion here. And again, this gun belongs to Josh. It's kind of my fault for letting it get this way. I was supposed to take it home with me the night we, you know, stupidly put Roman candles in our shotguns, but I forgot. And, well, I'm getting to it now. And it's been, I don't know, 3 weeks later. Yep, it's looking how it did before. It actually worked really well. Might as well clean the rest of the gun while I'm at it. I know the side of the hammer had a little bit of rust on it too. If you guys don't know, CLP stands for Clean, Lube, and Protect, and it is definitely cleaning. And, well, we haven't tested the lube part of it yet, but as I was mentioning earlier, this stuff is a lot thinner than rim oil, and it seems to be a much wetter feel to the touch. So, well, we'll have to see how it lubes. And for that, the AK-12, well, it's been running a little bit sluggish lately because, well, we've never cleaned that gun. And if you look inside of it, it's gross. It's all black, so much unburned powder, all kinds of nasty stuff. So we'll be using this stuff inside of the AK-12. and seeing if that fixes our cycling issues. And again, we know it's cycling bad because of, I'll show you, it's just nasty. So this gun is looking better than the day we got it, that's for sure. So for the cleaning aspect of this stuff, I give it an A+. Stuff like that you see right there, that was there when we got the gun. Like I said earlier, it is missing finish in a few places. Josh does not want it re-blued. He likes the way it looks. I think it looks pretty cool too, but we're going to keep this one looking the way it is. And now we have a pretty generous coating of the Professor Pugh CLP on it. Just going to leave that and see what it looks like in a few days. Okay, so the AK-12, I got this about 2 years ago and I have never cleaned it, and I only oiled it when I got the gun. If you guys are regular viewers of our channel, you have seen this gun multiple times, and you guys know it runs really good. Some of these, it's a JTS M12 AK, some of them do not run at all. The one we have runs flawlessly. Up until about, I don't know, a month ago, we started using this gun a lot more, and it has gotten a little sluggish on it. You'll notice, I'll put the clip in right here actually. Boy, that was loud.
That fireball was impressive.
That blast was pretty good.
It looks like you were about 2 inches low of point of aim and about 3 inches right.
Right.
Bump it forward. Them are loud though.
We really need to clean this gun. It's sticky. Firing.
Same spot as your other one, it looks like?
No, it's an inch above point of aim.
I guess it is, ain't it?
That muzzle blast hit your face pretty good.
Yeah, it does. Oh god, this gun's dirty, guys. Not so bad.
Right at point of aim. Way better grip than mine so far.
We have had a few malfunctions lately, and on gas setting 0, this gun has a 4-setting gas block. On 0, it's just bolt action, straight pull bolt action. And you'll notice that whenever we rack it out on, it's gas setting 0, the bolt stays back. It won't go forward. You got to smack it. Well, the gun has a lot of carbon, unburned powder, all kinds of just nasty residue in it, so we're going to clean that up. So this gun breaks down just like an AK. I would show you, but I'm still not sure if YouTube really likes that stuff right now. So I'm going to disassemble this off camera, but if you guys know how AKs disassemble, well, there's a tab right here. You push the button in and push forward on that. The top cover comes open. And then you can disassemble the bolt assembly and its carrier for cleaning. Really simple. So here's the inside of the dust cover. You can see it's got a lot of stuff in there. Nasty. But that's not the really gross part. The really gross stuff is inside here. That is disgusting. And yeah, guys, we shouldn't have let the gun get this way, but really, I just wanted to see how far it could really go without, cleaning. Whispered Tactical has several really good videos about this gun. He ran it over 5,000 rounds without cleaning or oiling it, I think. May have oiled it, but I'm pretty sure he didn't clean his gun. And it never really gave him any trouble. So that's what I was kind of going for with this gun. But it has reached the stage at, I don't know, a few hundred rounds through it, where it is getting sluggish, so it's time to clean it. So I have the gun taken apart about as far as you really need to. You can see all the parts laying here. We have the bolt carrier, the bolt, the guide rod and its spring. We have the safety, the hand guards, all that stuff. The gas block on this thing is so seized up with carbon, you cannot even turn it. There's a tab right here, and there's one on the other side as well. You pull those back, and you just turn this by hand. Well, like I said, it's so seized up, you can't do it. it's kind of hard to push that back. And once you get it back, you know, just can't turn it. So it needs a good cleaning and some of that CLP. In a recent video, Josh had to find a small screwdriver and stick it in the hole right here to be able to turn this thing, which is not that good. For what it's worth, this gun does have a very nice light trigger. It weighs about 9.5 pounds, so recoil is pretty light even with heavy loads. So it's pretty comfortable to shoot if you can put up with the weight. Anyway, if we take a look at the underside of the bolt carrier, you can see it's pretty nasty. All the factory grease is still in here, I believe, too. But even the back of it. Inside of that. See, guys, it's just nasty. That shouldn't look like that. The bolt itself is no better. It's in pretty gross condition too. You guys can see, I'm just holding this and my hand's getting nasty, but yep. Definitely time to clean it. So first things first, that gas port is definitely getting a heavy dose of this, and I'm gonna let it sit for a little while. So I'll get to the rest of the gun long before I get to that. So what I want to do here is be sparingly with this stuff. So sparingly, as if. And we'll let that soak for, I don't know, 10 minutes. So it's been about 10 minutes. I have a sock here. Just gonna wipe out the dust cover. We'll see how filthy it is once I'm done. It already looks a lot better. The dust cover really wasn't too bad, but you guys seen it had quite a bit of just dirt in there. Alright, well, the dust cover is cleaned out. It wasn't that bad, but this is going to be the challenging part, trying to get all down in here. I'll do the best I can. You let it sit for, I don't know, 30 more minutes. Seems to have soaked in everywhere, which is a good thing. Yep, it's going to need Q-tips in certain areas, but I think I can get the majority out with this. Trigger group's nice and lubed now. Oops, it already had a pretty light trigger. Not gritty at all, easy to pull. And some of that CLP in there would just make it better, in my opinion. At least I hope anyway. Clean the rails out. Grab some Q-tips and see what I can dig up out of these rails that I can't reach with the sock. Yep, that's pretty gross.
Yeah.
That's really bad, actually. Well, let's keep digging, see what we get. Getting some chunks out of it now. So I can get one out of here. Well, I can't get it out, but you can see the chunks down in there, hopefully. Just a bunch of unburned powder and clumped up carbon residue. After I get this all cleaned up and stuff, we'll film some more with this gun at the range, see if it's actually working right. And good news, guys, I got the gas block free. Turns easy now. You couldn't turn that at all before we had to use a screwdriver to turn this thing. But, easy now.
Well, alrighty guys, and after a good bath of Professor Pugh's lube, it runs like this. Every one of them.
It's working great again. Beautiful.
Had a thunderous boom to it.
Oh yeah. Alright guys, let's go.
Runs like a champ. Alright, my turn. Wow, that was fast. Wasn't standing right.
So, there's our completely honest, unbiased review of the Professor Pugh CLP. Do we like it? Absolutely. We will keep using this stuff over the rim oil. It's great. So, we've used this stuff on our guns, our guitars, Jaren's 22 rated pop-up target, some of our knives, and lots of other stuff. This stuff is wonderful. And again, we were not paid to do this. Whatever we say is our own opinion. Completely honest, we wouldn't lie to you guys. This stuff gets 2 thumbs up. Anyway guys, that'll do it for me. Please like and subscribe. We always appreciate that. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below and we'll get back to you. If you want to, go check out our Patreon. It's as low as $1 a month. You get early access to content. A link to that will be in the description below, along with a link to our Instagram and our Rumble accounts. But other than that, you guys take it easy. We'll see you in the next one.